Tell me about the story of Perks being a wallflower. What's it about?
The story of the perks of being a wallflower is about how a boy called Charlie survives his adolescence and his high school experience and all of the trials and tribulations and roller coasters that come with that. And really, it's about the fact that the way he does it is through his friendships. It's through two very special friendships with this girl called Sam, who's my character, and the character of Patrick, who is played by Ezra Miller. And yeah, it's the fact that they are there for him that really sees him through, you know, what is a kind of a tough time.
Tell me a little bit about working with Stephen and how you came to meet him and work with, you know, someone who actually wrote the book and is directing the movie.
So I read the script, having not ever read the book before, and I just loved it. It made me cry, I laughed hysterically, it really, really spoke to me. So I said, you know, I'd love to meet with Steve. And my agent said, well, the problem is that the writer who wrote the script in the book, he wants to direct it. He's a first-time director. And how do you feel about that? And I was like, oh, well, I'll just meet him and see how, you know, how it goes. And the minute I met Steve, any fear that I had about this being his directorial debut kind of vanished, because he knew how he wanted to shoot every single shot of this movie. He'd been dreaming about making it for 10 years. He had every single little thing just planned down to the finest detail, and his passion for it, and you know how he really saw it as a movie and not just as a book, was so inspiring, and I just loved him. We really connected. I feel like if I was in high school, Steve would have been my Charlie, for sure. So we really got on well, and it's just so amazing to make a movie with someone who has so much knowledge of the world that you're inhabiting, who can give you an anecdote if you're ever struggling to find something in a scene. You know, he was just the source of the whole thing. So I was spoiled, really. I'm going to turn up on other movies and be like, I'm sorry, where's the author of the story and the script, you know? So yeah, it was a real luxury.
Now, you shot this movie in Pittsburgh, his hometown. What was the experience like of meeting this cast and sort of coming together in Pittsburgh for 6 weeks?
So it's funny, I came from Paris. I just done some work for Lancome, and I got on a plane and arrived in Pittsburgh, and the Crown Plaza, which is the hotel we were staying in, is situated in the middle of like a huge car parking lot, and I was like, oh my god, where am I? And then the minute I met Ezra and I was with Logan and Johnny and May and everyone, I realized that actually this was going to be the scene of one of the best summers of my life, because we shut down the whole of the ground floor of the Crown Plaza. We opened all of the interconnecting doors in our hotel, and we played music, and we cooked dinners, and we shared clothing and stories, and we just bonded in a way that you don't really get to bond unless you're on location with a crew. And it was really special. Everyone was allowed to be themselves and totally free and completely accepted, very much mimicking what happens in the film, which I think was kind of part of Steve's master plan, which was that he knew that the story was about making connections, and he needed us as a group of people to connect. And so he said this in a lot of interviews, but he didn't just cast actors, he casted people, like nice people. And that, you know, we all just hit it off, and I mean, I was averaging on 3 hours sleep a night, because we would film all day together and then we'd want to stay up all night together. It was kind of that kind of experience.